cool. Hey, here we go. APA time. Yeah, let's get this bread. What's going on, everybody? My name is Trogaholic, and welcome to the APA Pokemon Academy. I finally got that right. I got it completely wrong, didn't I? Anyway, welcome back to the APAA Academy, where I, Trogdor, the Burninator, with my squad, New York Yampers, am up against Mr. JBWestside. Now, if anything, I'm a completely arrogant New Yorker, and therefore, the world ends at 10th Avenue. So therefore, if JB is true and honest, he is, depending on if he's like, uptown or below 14th Street, between 10th Avenue and 5th Avenue or Broadway. Any wester than that, that's not real. It's just not real. Just like if he was going to be JB Northside, you better be below 125th Street, because nothing exists up there. Nothing. It's just like, I don't know, wasteland, ocean, river. Yeah. So we may very well completely expose Mr. JB Westside as a complete fraud. That's one of my goals for this battle. The other goal is to win, and we're going to take a look on how we can do that. Like, figuring out if someone's a fraud based on, like, physical geography, it's pretty easy. You just draw the map. You draw the lines. If his location is west of the westernmost place in the world, well, yeah, okay. Just like you're probably also from Australia or Canada or, some other made-up place. Anyway, let's take a look now at the Pokemon aspect of this. And we are actually, for once in our entire lives, coming off of a win. Would you look at that? I just had to, be a complete scumbag with Whimsicott in order to do that. Am I sorry? Yes. Do I want to win again? Yes. Will I resort to complete scumbaggery in order to win again? Yeah, if I have to. Anyway, let's see what we're working with to get there. So I, of course, have my, team. It's like Aggron, Centiskorch, Cloyster, all that jazz. And my opponent has Galarian Articuno, in no particular order. It's actually an alphabetical order. That's just how they render. Galarian Articuno, which is a big threat already. Boltund, Cobalion, Dragalge, Grimmsnarl, Lapras, Galarian Lanoon, Magmortar, Mudsdale, Persian, and Serena. So some massive threats already that you can see. Especially, there's a horse. And it's probably an indestructible horse. There's also a water horse. Is Cobalion a horse? I don't know. And Boltund is a good dog. Then there's also like Galarian Articuno is scary. Serena can be really scary. So we've got quite a game ahead of ourselves, especially because like I'm still getting used to this whole low tier thing, and like normally I see Cobalion on what do you call it, on the team preview, and I'm just like, oh cool, it's a Cobalion, it's gonna get rocks. It could be a threat. Anything there could be a threat. Like even Persian could be a threat. Anyway, so first up is, of course, going to be my Cloyster. Let's see, where did I put Cloyster? Did I put Cloyster? Nope, you're not Cloyster. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got Cloyster. Once again, rocking the White Herb with the Skilling, with the Shell Smash. It's going to do things. It's going to click buttons. It's going to click Icicle Spear and Liquidation and Rock Blast and basically haha everything. I'm pretty sure, okay, I need to remember this for the battle, that if I hit Icicle Spear versus the horse, it'll get 5 defense boosts instead of just 1. So I gotta be smart. I gotta use my brain, which apparently I forgot because I don't have water. I need to always have water when I'm recording. My voice just gets so hoarse. Ha, get it? Yeah, click Liquidation versus Mudsdale, and basically Icicle Spear versus everything else. Cloyster just does stupid amounts of damage to his team. Except the Boltund, if that's a Scarf Boltund, it kind of ha-has me. Yeah, Cloister, kind of a win con, but also just a thing to be scary and do damage. Next up is going to be Iggy's Fool, the Flygon. Yeah, there you go, Flygon. So I'm rocking a Choice Scarf this week because it can be faster than just about anything. Base 100 speed is quite nice. And I can spam Earthquake almost completely freely besides the Galarian Articuno. And any Balloon Years, it's especially helpful versus things like the Cobalion versus the Boltund. Like what, a Boltund, you're going to lock yourself into Thunderfang against, potentially a Smash and Cloister. Yeah, good luck with that. And then, oh, look, I get a free Earthquake. I do have to worry about the Grimmsnarl before I click Dragon Claw. That's why I'm not bringing that Outrage. And I can haha with an Iron Tail on a predicted switch. That would be really cool and funny and awesome and nice. And overall, hopefully just going to be you turning around, doing those kinds of things. Next up is Speedwagon. I am not yet convinced that Alecki is bad. Alecki is good. It's amazing. Don't ever say anything about me or my son ever again. Yeah, Rocket a Magnet this week. Would you believe it? Like, this magnets, how do they work? Freaking miracles. So I, of course, have infinity speed with the, I've got 1.2 times 1.5. What is 15 times 12? I should know this. I'm a mathematician, but I've got Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Rapid Spin, Hyper Beam. Yeah, I'm still dead set that Hyper Beam can do damage. Like, it can do 50% to a Fizdef horse. It's like, I'm going to Volt Switch. Oh, you went to a horse? That's cute. Watch this. But I have to have the horse, with some damage dealt to it first for that to work. But it'll work. I'll make it work. I'll make Alecki good. I'm going to make Alecki good. I like it. Okay? Yeah. Deal with it. Next up is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. That's not you. Yeah, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Rocking a pretty typical set that you might see on an Aggron. Got the Rocks, got the Toxic, got the Heavy Slam, and the Roar. It's like, nice Grimmsnarl that you have there. Be a shame if I slammed it with Heavy. Yeah, those are words. And I'm like super metal. So go for this, get up Rocks, even though he's got like a good spinner, but I may or may not have a spin blocker this game. Rocks are kind of important to me. I just want to ship his team as much as I can because I've got scary things like a Flygon, like a Cloister, like an Alecki. That'll just gradually rack up the damage. Toxic, various things that need to be toxic. And just in case he tries to get cheeky with some setup, like what does Articuno want to do? Oh, you want to call mine? That's cute. Bye-bye. Yeah, Aggron's pretty cool. So making its debut is Justice the Dusknoir, and I noticed something about his team. I can hit just about everything with EQ and Poltergeist. And considering Dusknoir actually has a decent amount of attack going for it, I can just like damage, all of it. Like, what's your resist to the combination of those two moves? Oh, let me take a quick look. Oh, no. I'm sorry, it doesn't exist. And then I've also got like Shadow Sneak just in case Poltergeist doesn't take anything out, but come on, it's like Dusknoir clicking Poltergeist. That is a stupidly good move. And Brick Break just in case he wants to get cheeky with a Grimmsnarl, even though I know he's going to be wanting to hit me with the move that is super effective against me. But just in case it's like, oh, I think screens are free, but no, they're not. They're not. You can't have screens for free. Never. And lastly, we got Whimsicott, Pompadour. Not quite as scumbaggery as last week. I've still got the Prankster. I've still got Lefties. Encore, Leech Seed, Giga Drain, Moonblast. Can hopefully do some damage to things. I don't want this to be as passive as it has been before. Moonblast just to get that little bit of extra damage. Things that can switch in a little bit more easily on like my Seeds and Drains. But yeah, not nearly as scumbaggy as last week. This is also like my main horse switch, just because like once that goes down, it's just like free Alecki. Like, oh, you lost your horse. Well, enjoy losing to Regieleki. That's basically that. Cloister's there to help kill the horse. Aggron's there to roar it away in case it gets like all 6 defense boosts. Flygon does Flygon things, so hopefully it'll be a fun game. Let's get into it, and let's see if I can actually remember to hit record on time, which, by the way, I did not hit record on time because I'm smart like that. So this is the battle. We're getting straight into it. Let me actually pause this real quick and show you the team that he brought, because yeah, I forgot to hit record when it was on a team preview. So we see that. Let's quickly assess who is the best dressed trainer while I find my opponent's sprites. There they are. So I'm once again the best dressed. I am now 3-0 in that regard for the APAA, which is all I ever wanted. So good to see that I'm still undefeated in that regard. So let's see if we can continue a winning streak in the other regard. So if I recall, I led with Flygon. So yeah, looking at this team, I'm honestly surprised he didn't bring the Gardecuno. Like Gardecuno can just do like lots of work in general. Kind of surprised to see this Persian, but then I realized like, oh, it's like actually pretty speedy and good. If it's a Scarf or something, it can hit me with a big fat play rough, which I wouldn't appreciate. Well, Flygon wouldn't appreciate. However, a GG Ron will just eat that up. So, gonna send that out. So, looking at the squad that he has, it's gonna be a little bit tricky for Cloyster to do things because he does in fact have the Bolton. It is probably a Scarfer, if not. No, it actually might outspeed. I forget exactly how much I EV Cloyster for. It was definitely at least for one of the things. It's always definitely at least for one of the things. So it goes for the fake out, so that is probably not choice in some regard. So let me see if I can get up my rocks this turn. That would be extremely helpful. He does in fact have the spinner. However, Dusknoir can block the spin. As he goes for the taunt here, however, so that's going to get me all angry. Because I'm taunted, so I can't go for my rocks. I'm upset about that. But I'm so upset that I'm going to click Heavy Slam because it's the only thing that I can click without switching. As my opponent right here goes for the U-turn. So this thing could potentially be annoying against me. However, I do know that I'm faster than it with a number of things. And I can get things like Prankster, Leech Seed, and then faster kick drain. So I go for the Heavy Slam. It does like 4, but damage is damage. However, yeah, stamina. This is a horse. Which if I'm smart, I should see this and just be like, you know what? It's been fun, but it's not happening. But I do have. Not going to click Hyper Beam with Speedwagon just yet. Gotta wait for that thing to get to about half. I'm going to go into my Whimsicott and start being annoying to it with this thing. Because I can get like the Leech Seed, I can get like the Giga Drain. He went for the Rock, so I can Encore him, like the doo-doo dirtbag that Whimsicott is. And he's basically back at full, so all that damage that Aggron did, well, I gave him a free defense boost and rocks, basically. So Whimsicott is in. Just in case he wants to stay in and go for something cheeky, I'm just going to Encore him, but he's probably like, I'm not falling for that. No way. No, I'm going to go into Serena Vanderwoodson. So Serena Vanderwoodson is going to tell my Encore to go shove itself. So knowing that it's Queenly Majesty, it probably was going to be that anyway, is that's good to know. I'm looking at for switches. I'm really thinking about going for the Aggron just in case. I'm like scouting for the triple axle. But then I'm just looking at like, well, Serena can actually like do damage to Aggron. So I'm just going to like stay in for Whimsicott and click a big fat Moonblast versus this thing just in case he tries to like, do one thing or do the other thing. Stays in, so I'm realizing like, oh, he probably actually does have the triple axle and is probably actually going to click it right here. And now my Whimsicott might just die. So that's a thing that happened. Probably just because I'm dumb. Well, I guess you could also call this Cosmic Karma because, Whimsicott like didn't exactly do anyone any favors last week. So I'm looking at Flygon. I'm looking at, do I want to go for a U-turn right here? Do I want to go for a Dragon Claw right here? Or do I want to just go into my like Dusknoir to get some damage? Do I want to go into Cloister to hit it back with some Icicle Spear? So I decide, you know what, I'm going to go into Dusknoir and like hit it with a really big fat Poltergeist, because Poltergeist is doing a chunk. Found out that that is in fact AV Serena, which is kind of figure that's pretty standard, like good set for it. No reason not to bring it against me. Probably got like spin, triple axle, fighting move, grass move. I don't know, but I'm gonna hit him with a big fat Poltergeist. I can live just about any hit. Oh, that's a knockoff. It's just gonna bring me down super low. That's kind of unfortunate. So yeah, I attack it with its own items. So do a thing, does some damage, and oh. And of course I can't Shadow Sneak it now, which is very unfortunate. So the only thing that can really take a hit is Aggron, and hey, guess what? I should have done this in the first place. But who knew that someone could, you know, do something along the lines of like clicking what is right in front of them. So I got the option here. I could kill this thing. I could roar it away. I could get up my rocks. I'm gonna go for my rocks. I said I'm gonna go for my rocks. No, Trogdor, stop! Don't click that. Oh, I had free rocks right there. Free rocks right there. There's a big fat Power Whip, which that's an Aggron. Okay. That's an Aggron. Oh right, Whimsicott died. Which one is Whimsicott? You're number 3. And then Serena Vanderwoodson died. That is number 2 right there. Yeah, so Serena went down, which is nice for me, except for the fact that it's very unlikely that Aggron will be able to get up rocks at any point ever in the future. It's like, yeah, Spinner's gone, but I don't have rocks up. It's going to be one of those games. Okay, so he sends out a very good dog. Unfortunately, Yamper is the better dog. I will say this, just because, like, you know, I pet Yamper like 5 times. I pet Boltund maybe like 3 times. It's a good boy, but it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but you can't be better than like my boy Yamper. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Oh geez, I just realized I didn't give you a special surprise at the end of my team builder. Oh well. The one that I gave you last week was good enough. Okay, so Aggron's gone, so I'm not getting up rocks. Aggron's gone. Yeah, so going to Flagon. If he decides to be scarfed here, I click a big fat EQ. Doesn't have any switch-ins for that. I mean, yeah, he can switch in like the horse. But it's just like if he thinks that he can outspeed me, which he, yeah, switches like a smart person, goes into the horse again. And as we've been learning recently, horses are indestructible. So I do like 30-ish maybe percent to it, but that's not a 3-hit KO. Like, considering that it's going to be getting like all the boosts, it's going to turn into like a 4, 5, maybe even 6. Oh yeah, and with lefties, eventually my Earthquakes are going to be doing exactly lefties because of how indestructible horses are. So I'm looking at my squad and I'm just like, oh wow, he already just like did a chunk to everything real hard, real bad. So I'm just gonna be like, you know what, slap my balls on the table, go into Cloister, go into the Vanilla Ice just to like start doing Cloister things. I think to myself, with oh yeah, Rock Slide. Oof, ow, that's eek. Ah, no, ooh, no, bad. I don't know if I can live another one of those. However, I probably can't live another one of those. So I think to myself, well, I'll still have my defenses after I go for a Shell Smash, or he has the Roar, because that's a thing that Mud still gets. So I think about Icicle Spear, but then I remember that that's not a thing to click. That's not a thing to click. Yeah, that one. Yeah, click that button right there. Yeah, please, come on, just that's the button to click. Right there. Yeah, that one. Yes. Okay. Thank you for making the correct plays. At least I made one correct play so far. So Liquidation is going to do a chunk, even though the thing is at +1. +2 now. So I won't be able to 2-hit kill it. And he goes for the roar. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting. Because I get roared into a Lucky. Now, normally you would think like, you got roared into your Regieleki versus his ground type. Enjoy being dead. You know, remember when I said that I just need him to be like around 50% to click my button? I'm going to click the button. I'm going to kick a big fat Hyper Beam and probably take this Mudsdale out. So a Lucky, you know what? You're going to do it. You're going to just like, yeah, scare him away. Just zip, zap, bippity bop, killed the horse. That's a dead horse, except it isn't. Oh. Yeah, so no, it's a dead Regieleki instead. It's a dead Regieleki instead. Which number? That's number 2. Oh god, that close. This is the second time. This is the second time that I've clicked the Hyper Beam, and it's gotten like. So, who else is dead? I still got Flygon alive. Yeah, so we're down like 5-3. Cloyster is not happening. Dusknoir is too low to do anything, and I don't have my Ass Vest anymore. So I'm just like scrambling to think, what could I possibly do? Well, one thing I could do is at least take out the horse. It's low enough that the Icicle Spear will take it out, even if he gets to like plus 500 defense. I'm faster, not going to hit the smash. Because especially after I took rocks, like, yeah, just no. I just got to like start doing damage with Cloyster. As much damage as I can here. And I died to rocks next turn anyway, so I'm going to Icicle Spear him. I'm going to get all 5 hits because I'm beautiful. And see, defense boost after each one. Good thing I clicked Liquidation the first time around, even if I would have done marginally more damage. So I take out the horse. So I find out useful information that horses are in fact not indestructible. At least ground type horses. I don't know about that Lapras. Which hasn't even hit the field. Neither is the Grimmsnarl. I'm like, I've got 3 mons left, and it's like one of them is choice locked, and the other 2 are super weak. And he's about to go into the big old Boltund, which is just gonna destroy my entire life. You know, just in case he tries to do something dumb, I'm gonna click the Rock Blast. But yeah, no, he's gonna take me out with the Play Rough. My Cloyster is gone. But he reveals to be Life Orb. Okay, I missed that the first time. Where's my Cloyster? I must have missed that the first time. Yeah, I've only got Flygon and Dusknoir left. So yeah, if you didn't realize already, there's no chance for me to survive, make my time at all. So given that he is Life Orb, I'm click what's the button called? It is called an EQ. So his best bet is probably Grimmsnarl. I think about it, like maybe he wants to go for that, but it's like Iron Tail, number 1 doesn't hit very often, and number 2 won't hit hard enough on the Boltund in case he does decide to play rough or Ice Fang or whatever. So I'm gonna go for a big fat Scarf Earthquake. I'm sorry, Boltund, but we find out that while you are a good dog, you are not the best dog. So goodbye. Alright, so now he's got a Persian, a Lapras, and an Uncle Grimmsnarl. Which, yeah, Uncle Grimmsnarl could just like show up and go for screens or something, and my EQs will be doing not very much. I could sack Dusknoir off once, but that wouldn't be super useful for me. I mean, I guess I could sack it off and like start going for Iron Tails. But it's like weighing all my options. It's like, yeah, just maybe not. Like, yeah, it's. Now come to think of it, like, why didn't I do that? I could have like gone for the Iron Tail. Well, yeah, he goes for the Reflect right here, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. Unless I got like the biggest crit in the entire world. And this is a 2-hit KO at best, even without screens. But he's like heckin' bulky. So I'm gonna just see, like, okay, maybe Dusknoir, maybe not, probably not. Yeah, he's got like the Lariat, the darkest version of the Lariat, and I've got like what, Brick Break, which after 2 EQs he's still at like 60 And there's that Spirit Break, which is gonna like just destroy every hope that I had left in my life. So now it's Dusknoir versus the world. And if we learned anything this match, it is that don't underestimate a horse and don't rely on Cloyster to do damage. So I found out that it's like clay, so that Reflective is going to be up forever unless I go for a Brick Break and outspeed somehow. But what do I click here? Did I click the Brick Break? Now I just wanted to get like as much little tiny extra damage, but he's got Sucker Punch anyway, so that is game. So good game to my opponent. It was a fun one. Like even though we lost, it was pretty like just clear from the beginning that we were gonna get just dabbed on by JB really hard. It was a fun game to play. Always fun to play JB, and stuff was yes. Okay, so now I'm back down to my rightful place at 1 and 2. What, like minus? I'm only -1. 1 and 2 -1. That is not awful. Anyway, yeah, good game to my opponent. Check it said it's probably a lot funnier than mine, and has the added satisfaction of getting to watch a battle where the narrator wins. Just fun. So hopefully this one was funny too. And if you're coming from JB's channel, just remember that he's probably a fraud and an imposter and living in like some secret government facility that's on the west side, which isn't real. We all know that it's not real. There's no world beyond 10th Avenue. It's just fake. It's made up, like Canada. Anyway, yeah, take care everyone. Bye-bye.